and medium-term development strategies, and this in part pivots on the limited attention span of the American public. When something like this hits, it grabs our attention, it demands our attention, and suddenly it's all over the news and we're all paying attention, and people then show the best of our society. We break records for donations, we ship down lots of supplies, we hold events, fundraisers. I spoke at several here at OU right after the earthquake. A rally for Haiti, a panel discussion on Haiti. I was interviewed twice on a local NPR radio station about this. But my experience, having been involved with Haiti now for many, many years, since the mid-90s, is it grabs our attention and then it fades much too quickly, and again and again. So part of the problem is our somewhat limited attention span. Another part of the problem, however, is that Americans, as a general kind of mainstream social generalization, if you'll allow me that, have some very skewed perceptions of what Haiti is and what it represents. I've done a lot of different talks on Haiti at various conferences. I won't have time for this one for you here, but I have many times spotlighted a very long and growing list of the number of times in which American pop culture, Hollywood movies, TV shows, comedians, all sorts of people, actually make Haiti the butt of many jokes. Movies from Caddyshack and The Great Outdoors to more recent movies like Clueless, if any of you remember her little speech about the Haitians and the plight of the Haitians, right? TV shows, the most recent being the new TV show Community College Graduates, in which they're making a diorama about the oil spill in the Gulf, and they say, boy, I'm so glad this eclipsed the Haitian earthquake. I had no diorama ideas for that. Right? It's actually astonishing when I really sit down and list all these things out. It blows people away how frequently we turn some of the most abject suffering on earth into a joke. And when we're not joking about it, in some cases, our popular culture is demonizing it, is turning it into something evil, something dark, something wicked. Rooted in everything from some very obvious elements of racism to some misunderstandings about Haitian voodoo. Next slide, please. One such example is this. Nope, that's not it. Well, that one. Thank you. Very good. This image, which is from the TV show Heroes. A few of you probably watched that show, at least in its first seasons. Right, the Haitian. Now, there were a lot of villains on that show, right? The rest of them had names. Okay? This one apparently was sufficiently scary just calling him the Haitian and having him babble something in French or Haitian Creole. That's all you needed for him to be sufficiently frightening as somebody, as a villainous character here abducting, what's her name, on that show. In fact, we have quite a long history of both suspicion of Haiti, mistreatment of Haiti. Some of it goes back to, and we don't have time for a whole history lesson here, but remember what I said earlier at the beginning of this brief presentation. Haiti's revolution made it the only country established by a slave revolution at a time when America still owned slaves. That meant that our tendency to treat Haiti as a threat, as something scary, as something to be mistreated and abused, goes back hundreds of years. Haiti's pattern, therefore, of relative isolation, of being the victim of essentially gunboat diplomacy and uneven trade relations, followed by a U.S. military occupation from 1915 to 1934, Haiti has been one of the most downtrodden, kicked around, and abused countries on earth. We don't have a lot of time for that. I could take some historical questions later if you like, but suffice it to say for now. Now, if we can find that boat one a second ago. That was 21. Thank you. This case that we prefer not to think about occasionally boils over and right onto our own coasts. It is, after all, only about 300 miles from Miami to the north coast of Haiti. And over the years, tens of thousands of Haitians have tried to get into South Florida. At no time more profoundly than after a military coup there in 1991, which was followed by 3 years of a military government that was hunting down literally pro-democracy organizers. And that led to an exodus of somewhere in the neighborhood of 40,000 Haitians who tried to get to the United States on rickety boats. Many of them did not survive the journey.